Everyone is saying happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, celebrating your birthday today. May you have a wonderful day. Mag die Here jou seën met goedheid, met guns en al jou hartsbegeertes. With that, we also say happy birthday to you, Bernie. Unfortunately, I cannot sing, but Alethea will take one for the team and she will sing a song. A happy birthday. Alethea, net so een lyntjie man. Jy kan hom rap ook as jy wil. It's okay.
Girl, I do not want to scare the listeners today on this beautiful Heritage Day.
Do it for your friend. Do it for your friend. There we go.
Happy birthday.
That's it.
Oh, things are only going to go up from here.
It can. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Happy birthday to everyone listening. Guys, I love birthdays. We were just chatting about it before we hopped on. I love birthdays. I share my birthday energy with you. And even if you are not a big birthday person.
Like me.
Yes.
Or me.
And it was your birthday yesterday, so happy birthday for yesterday.
Yes.
Sunday.
It's the 21st.
21st. You see how I'm so excited for everything, guys. But the bottom line is that for me, birthdays is very significant. I've been away for a long time. It's the first one in 6 years that I get to spend it at home. And this goes so beautifully with what we're discussing today, which is that invisible load. And I think maybe that's the reason, the invisible load, why you don't want to celebrate.
Maybe.
Now,
Hey, it could be.
Yes, but I would also like to find out what exactly do you mean when you say the invisible load?
So the invisible load is that constant mental and emotional labor that women carry that no one sees, that no one talks about, the worrying, the remembering for everyone, the anticipating what's going to happen next. It keeps track of the school forms, doctor's appointments, team dynamics at work, family birthdays, and whoever wants what for dinner. And it's that to-do list that is just continuous. And if we look back, and I just want to highlight, 20 years ago, we also didn't have technology.
Yes.
Hey? But that is what it is.
BBM.
Taking us back.
Do you remember those days?
Yes, and it was beautiful because we could switch off, eh?
Yes. Offline. You just go offline.
When
Or
you give-
emoji with the in love. You remember those days?
Yes.
Jy mos nou in hy ouderdomsgroep jy moet dit onthou.
Yes, of course.
Jy moet.
I tell the kids, you do know that if it wasn't for us, you would not have Facebook, WhatsApp,
Instagram?
None of these, because we were literally the test, the test
The
dummies.
pioneers.
Yes, WhatsApp. Mix it.
Mix
it. Mix it.
Mix it, BBM, yes. En dan moet ons praat van skooljare nie, die OBE. Remember the guinea pigs that we used to hear? Oh, ons gaan terug in tyd. But it's not about that this morning. We're speaking about the invisible load. Now, how does carrying this invisible load impact women's mental health and relationships?
Oh, this is a good question, and this is where it gets real. When your brain never switches off, you end up in a state of chronic stress, right? We've spoken about that before. And from a neuroscience perspective, your cortisol levels stay high. Your sleep gets shallow, and your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that's responsible for focus and decision making, that ends up getting hijacked by survival mode. In psychology, we learn that this then manifests its way in irritability, emotional exhaustion, resentment. And it's not because women can't cope, but it's really because of the invisible load, that unpaid second job that we're carrying. And if you look at stats, because I love stats, right? International Labour Organization reports that women globally do 76% of unpaid care work.
Sure.
And if you zoom in just a little bit to South African stats, according to Stats SA, this is some time ago, so it could probably be even worse now. But according to Stats SA in 2018, in South Africa, women spend about 3 times more hours on unpaid domestic and care work than men. So that imbalance, if you look at that, naturally, it's going to spill over into your mental health, your relationships, and even workplace burnout. So when women feel depleted, it's not weakness, it's an overburdened system. And if we don't talk about the invisible load, we risk treating women's exhaustion as personal failure rather than the public health crisis it actually is.
Why do women, when we speak, I want to speak about women, but why do women carry more of this hidden labor?
Culturally, if we go again back 20 years, girls were raised to nurture and anticipate. We literally reared that way. We are taught how to set the table. We are taught to cook. We are taught to look after our siblings. So basically, it becomes a default mechanism. We're just on that mode forever, whereas boys weren't told to manage the household. They weren't expected to be even included or considered to do anything. And now I'm going to just add this. Women wanted to be CEOs, but we did not think about the after effect. So you're running your business, you're running the household, you need to be doing all of these things, but the world has not, society has not adjusted to that. Even though the times have changed, women are still the default organizers. They are the ones who knows the kids' shoe size. They remember the in-laws' birthdays, and they smooth over workplace drama. It's an unpaid work that still sits mostly on women's shoulders because we have not accepted the norm that, yes, we can be CEOs, but we can also hire somebody to do the housework. But when you hire somebody, you're also judged on that.
Yep.
Hey,
So
isn't
true.
it
Better doing
crazy?
something yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, so the more we have accomplished in society, the less we have actually made space to change that norm. But we're doing it right.
Yes, we are.
My son does the dishes and the laundry.
There we
Ditto.
go.
Ditto.
Hey?
There we go.
Yes.
I hope my daughter's listening. How can women start recognizing and naming the invisible load instead of just pushing through?
This, I think we've spoken about this also before. It starts with awareness. Awareness is a big one. A great way to start and just creating that awareness, creating that space for that awareness is grabbing your journal and just writing everything down that you hold in your head for just a week. Try it for a week. That is the grocery lists, the doctor's appointments, the mental notes. I think seeing it on paper really helps reframing it from I'm just busy into wow, this is actually a hidden job and it's a whole other role. Step 2. In psychology, we call this affect labeling, and this is just naming your stresses, right? So naming your stresses, just by naming it, reduces their intensity. And so reframing it from perhaps saying, I'm not disorganized, instead, this is an invisible labor I'm carrying, just reframes it in a more positive way. And then step 3, very important, I think, is just conversation, starting the conversation, opening up that dialogue, expressing yourself, naming it to a partner, a family member, or even at work, helps to shift it out of the shadows and moves the guilt off your shoulders and places the responsibility where it belongs, shared.
It's so important to actually speak about it.
Definitely.
Have your circle of friends where you can open up, where you can be honest, where you can be yourself and just speak about it and not be
Definitely.
judged.
Yes.
Now, what practical steps can family, workplaces, or partners take to share the load more fairly?
This one, like you said and Alethea touched on, is firstly being aware. You need to be aware that you cannot do everything by yourself. And for me, a simple way to think about it, if you had to go for a week, away for a week, could you? If you can't, you need to adjust that programming. You need to adjust the way that you do things. So at home, you can share Google Calendars. I've started doing this. It's very, very helpful. And then that way you also then include, I do it with the kids too. I'm like, look here, this is what's going on that day. Add it to your calendar. At work, your manager can check who's doing what. And what I mean by this, and miskien gaan iemand baie kwaad wees nou vir my, maar so right, it's my birthday, you can't be upset. If you are that manager, stop overloading people at work. Because women, especially people pleaser, I'm a people pleaser. Am I say reformed? Can I say reformed? I'm getting better at it. I'm working at it. And I just used to say yes and yes. And ek het overtime gewerk and I did all of the things and I would pick people's slack up. We need to stop that. And then also let's normalize asking for help. If you see your friend, and we touched on this with burnout and the ADHD, and you see someone, just go and have a conversation with them. And again, remember back in the day, the roles were different. mom looked after the household.
Yes.
And that in itself is a job. Look here, if you are at home and you are look here, let me just, I can't do that. I will go nuts. I will be the person that has help at home, and I've done it because I can't do everything. I can't run a business and do laundry and do all of the things. But most importantly, you also just need to decide when is enough enough. That is when it will change. When you're going, I also want to go away for a week. I want to be able to celebrate without worrying, het hulle nou die wasgoed aangesit? Have they done this? It's like kids also need to be brought in more, because I feel they're not equipped when they get into their own households. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Now, what's the one piece of advice to women listening this morning who feels like, I'm drowning and this invisible weight, I just cannot carry this anymore?
Such a good question. And I think the truth is that you don't have to earn rest by doing it all. Sharing the load doesn't make you less capable at all. It makes you more human. So I'd say start small. Just practice saying no once this week. Just try it. I know it might feel uncomfortable. It might push you out of your comfort zone just a little bit, but try it. I promise you, it's not that bad. Try delegating just one task. I know as women, a lot of us are so hyper independent. We want to do everything on our own. You know. And another thing, we want to do things perfectly. So if people are not doing it the way we want them to do it, we'd rather do it ourselves, right? So I'm learning also to let go and to let other people do it in their way, because that's how they learn, you know. And I try that with my kids. I use that on my kids all the time. I have to close my eyes sometimes and pretend that I don't see that the dishes are not done the way I want them to be done, or it's not packed the way I want it to be packed.
Preach, girl.
It's not, the washing's not hung the way I want it to be hung, but you know what? It's done. And it takes a load off me. So even try asking asking for support, you know, but without apologizing. And that's a big one. Don't apologize for needing assistance. And I think that every time you release a piece of that invisible load, you create space for your nervous system to breathe and your well-being to recover. Remember, guys, rest is not a reward. It's a requirement. You can't thrive carrying the world on your back if you're burning out in the process. Same like you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Yes.
So fill yours first.
Now, Alethea, you always give us something to think about, a takeaway. What's this week's takeaway?
The takeaway for this one, I think we've touched on it already, but definitely is sharing the load doesn't make you less capable. It makes you more human, and naming it is the first step to changing it.
Birthday girl?
For me, I'm gonna give a shout out, you know, because she's not gonna ask for help for Alethea today. If you really want more, if you really want to learn to claim back your energy, Alethea is running a 60-minute free Zoom training tomorrow. Go to her Instagram at Her Mindset Mentor. I did the last one. It was wonderful in helping me. That is my tip. Go where the people are already helping you. Go for the free webinars like Alethea is doing. Go and just talk to the family today and say, where is so man? I know that normally you say the braai work isn't a lot. It's a lot of work. And today I'm not going to do dishes. So you must my kid. Ja, sit vandag jou voet neer. Bernie het so gesê.
Practice it. We'll blame Bernie.
Because it's a birthday. Yes. Now, just once again, we have mentioned this last week, a Facebook page that people can follow, and just for more advice and to make contact with you.
Well, for me, I love sharing everything burnout, mental health, well-being, women's health on Her Mindset Mentor. It's at her_mindset_mentor. And then we also have a shared page together, which is the CEO, and that myself and Bernie run. And we also have many conversations, and we share a lot of information on how to better your life.
And I know people normally make excuses. I don't have money to go to a doctor, and I don't have the time, but now Bernie has mentioned this is absolutely free. You can do it at your own time, at your house. You can sit at your house and then do this Zoom meeting tomorrow, absolutely free. And
In your pajamas.
In your PJs.
Yes.
Niemand gaan vir jou mind of judge nie. So once again, the page, and what time is it starting?
Tomorrow it's Thursday, 25th of September at 6:30 South African Standard Time, and it will be via Zoom. So if you go to my page or even the CEO page, there is a link. You can click on that link or just DM me and I'll send you all the information.
Ladies, thank you so much. We'll chat again next week, Wednesday.
Yes, can't wait.
Have a blessed National Bride Day, and you enjoy your birthday.
Thank you. You guys are welcome for having a public holiday with me.
Oh wow. Oh wow. En hier dog ek se gaan sê, you can come to the party. You know? Until next week, have a good one.